Hey, and welcome back to Pokémon Y. I think that was Riviere Walk. I can't pronounce that, so I'm probably sounding stupid here as well. This is going to be a trend in this playthrough, but, you know, we're meeting up with our wonderful cast of characters, including Other Dude, Dancing Dude, and Nerd Kid. And here we are taking down Dancing Dude and Nerd Kid. So, yeah. Stephen, give us something else to talk about.
There really isn't much to say here. I mean, for quite a while in X and Y, it kind of does drag on for a bit with some empty moments.
Yeah, the early game is the weird part in terms of this game's pacing, because, like, you might notice we're, like, 8 parts in, probably about 2 hours or so, a bit more. We're not at the second gym yet. Yet once you get to, like, maybe the third or fourth, then you just sort of speed through the game. And I guess in a way that's kind of reminiscent of Gen 1, isn't it, really? Because, like, granted it's not quite as slow at the start, but then, like, you know, the second half of the game, like, you know, finding all the gyms and that, is just go fight this gym, then this gym, then this gym. And, like, there's not really much breaking that up other than, like, the Pokemon Mansion and whatnot. I suppose, like, the only real slow point in Gen 1, though, is the whole part where you fight Team Rocket in Celadon, then you go to Sylph, and, like, after being to Lavender Town, that is, like, the slow part of Gen 1. Other than maybe Mount Moon, if you count that, or Rock Tunnel, but, like, you know, given I've played Gen 1 so many times, that's not really a big deal to me.
Like, having played Gen 2 recently, it's like, it is fairly well paced, I'll give it that. I mean, granted, Team Rocket feels a bit tacked on.
Yeah.
I think they could have come up with something else other than
Where's our boss? Where's he gone?
I mean,
Crisis call on the radio. Boss, come on!
I adore Team Rocket for the fact that they know that they're dickheads. Every sentence they say, we are evil. We are evil. It's not like we are good. We are just misunderstood. They openly accept that they are just being dicks to everyone.
Yes. Well, that's the kind of the way they are, though, isn't it? Like, they are just, you know, street thieves and, like, a gang, really. They're not anything more than that. They're not like, say, Magma and Aqua that are trying to, you know, adjust the land and the sea and all that, like, melodramatic shit and whatever the fuck Cyrus was trying to do. I can't even remember.
Cyrus trying to recreate the universe.
Yeah.
Small scale.
Yeah. Yeah. I never actually played Platinum. Did they actually go further into that with, like, the Distortion World stuff?
I've seen clips. It's like they do get they summon both Palkia and Dialga, and then Giratina shows up, breaks the red chain controlling them, and then drags Cyrus and you into the Distortion realm.
Because from what I've seen of screenshots of the Distortion World, that seems like a sort of, like, early interpretation of how they handle, like, I forget what they're called, you know, the other guys from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, like, in that world that the Ultra Beasts are from and that.
Right.
It kind of seems like a similar kind of thing, like, that's, like, you know, got the whole weird design to it going on. Like, maybe that is just me picking at things, but I kind of really want Gen 4 remakes, because, like, I feel that, like, the Gen 4 games don't really feel complete to me, and I feel that there's some more stuff that they could do to fix that up, and having it on a newer engine would help as well.
Oh yeah, I definitely think Gen 4, out of all of the generations, would definitely benefit the most from the most recent technology.
Yeah, it would, like, I know that the next major game is going to be on Switch, and we'll see how the Switch engine holds up. I do need to draw attention to the photography mechanic on screen right now. You can have this guy, Phil the photo guy, show up to take a picture. I'm trying desperately hard to keep my 3DS still while taking this, and I fucking blinked.
It is good they allows for things like that.
Yeah, so now I've got to take another one where hopefully I'll keep my eyes
God damn it,
open.
I need to take it again, sorry.
Yeah. I want to zoom in, but you can't get the focus mechanic until later on. Yeah, like you have to unlock it.
Pretty sure there's a button there that you can...
I seem to recall there being more sliders that unlock over on the left.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you press a button.
Oh, maybe it was.
I don't recall it ever being an unlockable, because that would be a very poor unlockable.
Don't know, like, I seem to recall, maybe I just didn't clock onto it later, and I just took loads of shitty pictures. That's always a possibility.
I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, probably for the best, honestly. But yes, we are coming up to a cave, and if I recall correctly, this cave is where we see a battle mechanic that I'm not too fond on.
Oh, would you look at that? This cave is specifically made for Zubats.
Yeah, like just like every other fucking cave ever since the start of the series, you know?
And you only travelled a short route there. You enter the cave immediately. Oh, let's heal up your Pokemon.
Yeah, which I'm not going to complain about that because it's like just convenience, but still, it is a casualisation. But look at this shit right here.
Oh, I love Hordes.
I love Hordes, by which I mean I really don't like Hordes at all. Like, and Chris and I were talking just before we started recording, actually, of like the mechanic in Gen 7 where the Pokemon can call a friend in to help.
Oh, yes.
This is that, but worse. Because, like, there's fucking, what are there? 6 of the fuckers. No, 5 of them. But, like, you know, if you wanted to catch one of these for whatever reason, I think you've got to knock 4 of them out.
Yes, you've got to knock out the rest
Right,
before
yeah.
you can capture.
Oh, this
One.
is where you get like shinies and yeah.
This is actually used for shiny hunting, but then again, it's not actually that efficient because there's only a few Pokemon that do end up with horde battles. So,
I mean, like when you get a horde and there's a shiny in it.
yes.
Or when you get a hold and there's 2 shinies in
Yeah.
it. Like that one.
Ah.
I've brought that up so many times, but I just can't get over the fact that that could happen. Just the chances of that happening are amazing.
Just you must feel simultaneously like the luckiest, but you also feel like you have the shittest luck as well.
It's like at that point you've got to pick one, and bear in mind you can't see the stats until you've caught it.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like if you've got one, and like maybe like I know there's competitive players who like to have Pokemon of a particular nature, and you know, if you take that gamble on one, and it's like, didn't want that. Because like, I know there are people who would reset constantly to get a shiny Pokemon of a particular nature, which I think, you know, I don't have the patience for that. But, you know. This battle sure is taking a long fucking time. I just want to show the one off. I think I might run if any more show up, because, you know, fuck this shit. Like, they are all weak in level. They're all level 8, when the rest of the Pokemon are around, like, 12 or 13, I think. So there is that, but still, like, Pikachu's getting its time royally wasted right now.
Thing is, though, in Sun and Moon with the Pokemon that call for help, that can sometimes be a bit more annoying than the Horde battles, because say you knock out the Pokemon that's helping, and then the other one just calls for another one, it just keeps going and going.
That's annoying if you're trying to catch something, because, again, like, if you throw the Pokeball and it breaks out, then, you know, you've only really got that one chance until it calls in something else, and then, you know, you got to knock out another one, and then wait for that. And it does get really irritating.
I have been through that.
Well, better you than me, that's all I can really say.
It's only because you haven't gone far in it. So.
I beat Moon.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it's Ultramoon that I'm sort of slowly ploughing my way through. Which, mainly because, like, it's very much the same thing again.
Yeah.
Like, I've watched the whole playthrough of it. I know, like, the different stuff that changes, and I feel like there's certain parts of the plot that isn't quite as effective in the Ultra games.
Yes, I've heard complaints about the ending of the story with the resolution for Lily and her mum.
Well, it's like Lucamine's just not as important as
Yeah.
she was. Like, and given the appealing dynamic was Lily and Lucamine in the base games, to kind of, you know, dilute that a bit, it kind of taking something away from it, I think. But by the same token, I do kind of like, you know, the what is it? The legendary Pokemon that was like in the original one, but they made a bigger deal of it.
Necrozma,
that's the one. I kind of like the forms that he has.
Yeah, because there's Duskmane, Dawnwings, and then there's Ultra Necrozma.
Yeah, Ultra Necrozma is really fucking cool as a design.
Which is one of the strongest Pokemon in the entire game.
How does it stack up to the other OP ones, like, Garchomp and Mega Rayquaza?
It's not as strong as Mega Rayquaza, because I think... I'm not entirely sure. I think, though, that Necrozma does need to hold an item to transform. I think it needs a Z Crystal.
Oh, so you can't, like, just give it leftovers or give it something else to help out?
Fortunately, you can't. Unlike Mega Rayquaza, which just ate its Mega Stone and went, yeah, give me an item that I can hold as well.
Yeah, fuck it. Because, if there's one Pokemon that desperately needs a buff, it's Mega Rayquaza.
Oh, God.
And if there's one Pokemon that desperately needs a nerf, it's fucking Greninja. I wonder if it's going to get nerfed again in Ultimate.
I don't know, he didn't get...
Come on, can they resist the opportunity to nerf Greninja?
Greninja isn't the one that needs nerfing. It's Bayonetta that needs nerfing.
I haven't played much since Bayonetta came about. But...
Bayonetta, she actually got booed at times when her reveal was done for Ultimate. Because she is so flipping broken. It's ridiculous. Because she can use her up B attack twice. And the way she does it is you jump, you use your up B, but she has a second jump, so you jump again, and then it refreshes it, so you do your up B again, and then her side Bs, you can angle them to either go up or down. So what people do is drag the enemy off the top of the screen.
Jesus Christ.
And then there's her down B, which is a counter, which slows the enemy down. So you dodge them, suddenly they're slowed in a small pocket of time, and you can beat them up and just they can't do anything.
I sort of see what they're going for with that, given that aerial combat is a big part of the Bayonetta games, but it probably doesn't adapt too well to a party game fighter.
Yeah, it's I reckon she could easily be up if you could take out that second jump attack.
Anyway, here's Axew, which I kind of like Axew as a design. I kind of like the Fun Evolution, or is it Haxorus?
Haxorus, yeah.
That is pretty fucking beast. It may be not quite what I'd expect of a pseudo-legendary dragon.
It's not a pseudo-legendary.
Oh, is it not?
No. It's just a really strong dragon.
Oh, what's the pseudo-legendary from Gen 5?
Hydreigon.
Oh yeah, I really like Hydreigon as a design. Is that more based than Haxorus?
It is. It's got the 4 times weakness to fairy moves, unfortunately, because it's part
Well,
dark.
it didn't in Gen 5, but
yeah. It is more usable than Haxorus because I think it's got better speed and it's got definitely better special attack. But Haxorus does have Dragon Dance. And it's got Mould Breaker for an ability, I think, which negates other abilities, at least some. So, say the enemy's got Levitate. I think the way it works is that won't work anymore. So use Earthquake.
Yeah, you can have a Hydreigon spamming Earthquake.
Yes.
It's weird because, from a design mentality...
Well, not Hydreigon, Haxorus.
Oh, Haxorus, that's the one you're talking about. Oh, that's right. Because I was just thinking, from a design mentality, Haxorus looks the bulkiest. Is he tankier?
Not very tanky. No, he looks more lean, actually. I don't know if you're remembering his design properly.
No, I know the guy you mean, the tall dragon guy, but I just think that... I guess it's maybe because, Hydreigon, relatively speaking, is flying, and I guess that looks like a vulnerability, even if it's not.
That ability is Levitate, if I recall correctly.
So, yeah, that makes sense, given, it's Dragon Dark, isn't it?
Yeah, and I like the fact that initially it was going to be a robot dragon.
Seriously?
Yeah, because you know there's those tank treads that are on the bottom of its body, the purple lines
right.
with the lines on it. Yeah, it was originally going to be tank treads there. So
I'm trying to imagine that as a fucking, like, on like army tank wheels. That'd be the shit.
It's like, I would have loved that, but unfortunately we didn't get that.
Which, I mean, how would you type that though?
It'd be a dragon steel type.
Yeah, I know, but like part of its design as it is, it looks very much like a dark type.
Yeah, but again, the design did change, so...
True. Could you imagine how much of a clusterfuck metagame would be if they could have a third type?
Oh my god. I thought that was going to happen with Curum.
It's never gonna happen.
No.
It'd overcomplicate it too much. Like, though, the other thing that'd overcomplicate it, imagine if attacks had two types.
Oh god. I mean, there's flying press in this.
How does that work?
It does both fighting and flying damage.
Oh, does it? Like, because I used flying press a bit, I think, at one point, but like, I just thought of it as like a flying thing. But...
Pretty sure it does both. I think that's its niche.
Oh, so does like Hawlucha get 2 stab damage?
I think so.
That
I'm not entirely certain on how it works.
That might explain why Hawlucha's so based.
So Hawlucha is pretty good.
I fucking love Hawlucha, and I will be showing one off later on in this playthrough, just because, you know, it's such a fucking cool Pokemon. I had to get him in there somewhere, even if he's not on my main team.
Plus, it's a flying fighting type.
Yeah.
There's no other one like it.
Karate Bird.
Well, Luchador.
There's some Pokemon that I just like because they're naturally cool, and Hawlucha is one of them. Mainfu, not so much. Mainfu looks a bit derpy to me.
Don't Mienfoo. Mienshau's alright.
Yeah, it's okay, but... You know, that is pretty much the extent of it to me. It's okay. Chris, what do you think of his design there?
Yeah, that's okay, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm trying to make out what he's meant to be.
Yeah, it's hard
Yeah,
to
I'm
put your
not
finger on
actually-
it, so it's...
I'm really not sure what it is.
Because it's got sort of like teddy bear ears, hasn't it? Which doesn't make sense for a fucking fighting type. Although...
So I'm trying to think of where that face, what animal that face would be from.
It's Ampharos, I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know.
It's a sheep bear.
Yeah. I don't think. No,
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah.
Mienfoo and Mienshao, they don't look like bears to me. They're
No,
far too slender.
Like, the body doesn't look bear, but the face looks like teddy bear ears. Like, maybe not even the face, it's primarily the ears that are kind of giving me that vibe. And, like, granted, it's not gonna kind of hug people to death like the Gen 7 one. What is that?
Beware.
Beware, yeah. That's an interesting design if there ever was one, isn't it? Oh, look, I'm trying to work my way around hop puzzles. Because it's kind of like the fucking solitaire approach of just, like, you have to go directly across, you can't, like, go diagonal. And so, like, if you're trying to find particular items, then you kind of gotta go the long way, like I did, and I'm sure that leaf stone will definitely come in handy with my team. I don't think I have anything that benefits from that, and like, I've got to go way back up here now. I'll get good at puzzles one day, I swear.
Like, the thing is, like, now it's 3D, the ledges look bloody pathetic.
They do, like, how can you not just step up, you know? Just take one big steppy boy, you know you want to.
Just collapse in front of it, hands to your head, just like, what do I do?
It makes it look even sillier, like, when there's a roadblock, and, like, you know, you can climb over that fence. Just saying, mate. Yeah, so it's like, I'm trying to think, like, the world design here compared to, like, the world design in, like, say, Colosseum and XD. I don't remember anything being stupid in those games. Like that.
This is like a mix of the two, innit?
It is. Like, although, saying that, there's still, like, weird ledges and stuff in Gen 7 from what I recall, aren't there?
Yeah. Not as stupid, if I recall, but...
Because, like, I kind of get the mentality they're going with in this game of, like, it's sort of a chibi 3D adaptation of, like, the grid setup. Whereas they don't have the grid anymore in Gen 7, so why do they need the ledges and things like that? Like, couldn't you make the ledges at least look a little bit more, intimidating?
Yeah, make them look at least a bit steep.
Yeah, rather than something that you could trip over without realising. And, like, when you're riding on a fucking Taurus or something, like, Taurus can jump that. He just can.